All right, good afternoon and happy Friday. My name is Shay, the Lesbian Believer, and today I wanted to talk about a little bit more in depth about things the female narcissist does to keep you unhinged and off balance, off center, and looking like the crazy one. As you know, with most narcissists, because they're so attention hungry, there's really no such thing as a lesbian narcissist or a straight heterosexual male narcissist. Whatever you have, if you can supply them with something, they'll jump on whatever side they need to. But I've had enough experience with both types of narcissist. The female narcissist in particular, they are very good at relational aggression. It's like Mean Girls. When they actually have to go out into the adult world, I've worked with them. I've been in relationships with them, and they do things in a very cunning way. Plus, my mother was a female narcissist. So, especially like in relationships, if you're dealing with a female narcissist, you will never quite feel safe in the relationship. There will always be someone, mostly everyone, that's in her life to basically serve a purpose. And that's usually just to boost her ego. So she'll be overly friendly, provocative, sexual with everybody. And if you ever go out in public with her, bar, restaurant, she will literally place herself in between another couple and basically cause, discord and doubt. They will unabashedly flirt with just about anybody. They are just low when it comes to getting attention. They pit people against one another. Like, I've experienced them actually going onto my social media contacts and contacting everybody on my social media and basically making up lies about me so that people look at me funny. And you don't know it. They say, oh no, they're fine with you. And so they invite you out to gatherings. You're like, why are they looking at me all funny and shit? And you have this feeling of uneasiness, and it's hard to be around an environment where everybody's like looking at you like you're the devil. Well, guess what? She don't poison the well. She's like telling you one thing, she's smiling in your face. Oh, I love you so much. And over there, she's telling them basically a bunch of lies. Most of those lies are usually things that she's done herself to you. I've also made the mistake of getting a promotion early on at work, and the female narcissist made sure to underhand any accomplishment that I ever made and try to make me feel small, and would like bring up comparisons and triangulate me with people that I didn't even really fucking know. They have a way of like really just taking like the air from beneath your feet, just taking it out of your lungs. They suck the life out of you. You'll start to feel extremely drained around these individuals. They can't celebrate anything with you because they're pathologically envious. So anything that is good in your life, even if you're just happy because you saw like a sunflower or something, any bit of happiness, they want to just knock that right off your face. They're very aggressive for no reason. Everybody, anything is competition, even your phone. Like, let's say you have to answer the phone because it's work. She will accuse you of cheating with your coworkers, your family members. She'll keep you up all night with stupid arguments. A lot of times they have substance abuse issues, and they like to sleep with the TV on. Have you guys ever noticed that they sleep with the TV on? And I can only think of it like this. They sleep with the TV on because they have so much shit going on in their head. The demons, the voices, you're a piece of shit. I can only imagine it like, you're a piece of shit. You're horrible. You're not even worth it. Like, I'm just saying, that's what the demons are probably saying. So keep the TV up loud. So if you're with a female narcissist, any type of narcissist, anybody that's highly narcissistic, anybody that's mentally unhinged, the TV is a lifesaver, because when you have demons, you gotta find a way to tune out the demons. So they will do like cocaine, get extremely drunk, dabble with all kinds of drugs, and out of nowhere, like just start an argument with you about something stupid, like they trash the house. Like, you also find out that they don't do shit. Okay, these people are lazy as hell. You'll be extremely drained, and you'll keep trying to please them because their sob story is the anchor that ties you back to why they're so fucked up. I didn't have a particularly great childhood, and I'm not fucked up and mean to people. And so then you'll be sleep deprived. You won't be able to function very well. You'll be mentally unhinged, unbalanced. They'll, like publicly shame you and like you'll like be put in a place and everybody will look at you crazy because they don't know the backstory. I've been left in places, had my bank accounts emptied so that I was stranded places. Like, these are very diabolical women. They weaponize the court system. I've been falsely arrested. I have had a lot, like, in and out of the hospital because the one that I was with was also physically violent, like broken ribs, torn out skin, burns, you name it. You know, and the abuse doesn't start right away because, you know, when they love bomb you, it's almost like you're in this like fairy tale, but then in the back of your head, you're like, something doesn't seem right. But then you think you're being paranoid because if you grew up with narcissistic parents, they teach you how to override your intuition, not to even trust your own judgment. Then the narcissist starts controlling you. Like, I was so bad off. Like, I was 6 years with this one in particular that became kind of catatonic. So you start to lose, you look in the mirror and you're like, who am I? You're just an empty shell of yourself. The light in your eyes is completely dull. There's no smile behind it. But the great thing about it is once you cut off toxic people, those flying monkeys, the female narcissist, you'll rejuvenate. You'll get, hopefully develop a stronger relationship with God and just keep progressing with your relationship in God and healing and doing the inner child work. And those are to come back. For a while, like, I was getting a lot of calls from random numbers. It's always the first 2 weeks of the month and then it stopped. So it's like a consistent pattern. Even though I had blocked her, she still had my number. So that didn't mean that she can just go into like a Google and like get like an app or something. But these are very dangerous people. The list goes on. Like, I've had the gamut of experience, but they like to sleep deprive you. They like to start petty arguments, publicly humiliate you, triangulate you, and then you end up feeling really insecure in the relationship. So now the triangulation, they'll just amp it up and they'll use, you know, the things that you revealed to them, like your weaknesses, your fears, you know, the things that you're insecure about, and they'll amp it up. It's all pain, no gain. So, you know, I know like a lot of us are waking up to the reality that there aren't just people in the world that are like one way. There are really people that are out there with no soul. It's just darkness, demonic forces inside. Like, I could see that when I was young, but it just didn't make any sense. But we gotta stop projecting our positive traits onto people that don't do anything but project and like splash their negativity onto us. We deserve to live an abundant, happy life. And once you know what you're dealing with, you gotta find an evacuation plan. Some of these people are so dangerous, they'll kill you. And that's for another day. But, you know, there's some other things that they do too. They like to control like everything. It's all domination. They like to put you outside of your comfort zones to humiliate you. You look like a fool. So you're this shiny new object, and then like, it doesn't even take like maybe 6 months and you're just like frazzled, anxiety ridden, depressed. Those are symptoms of disease. You gotta get away from them. If you're in a situation like that, like, I've talked to women and men that have been in situations like that. As I started to learn, like, I didn't know what I was dealing with all this time. I had no idea that these types of people existed. And one day I was on a crisis hotline. I'd been Googling some stuff and the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I would have never known until I lived that experience. But by the grace of God, you know, I'm in a much better place. I'm rebuilding myself, and I'm actually happy in my life. You know, I had to let go of my family members. I had a lot of, like, I have a female narcissist sister, and my 2 brothers, they're just as toxic. And so my uncle called me last week to tell me that he thinks my sister's crazy because now she's continued on her smear campaign against him, my brother, and like all the friends, that she can't keep any friends, no boy. And it's just crazy that these people take them seriously, knowing that this is the same cycle I go all day long with everybody, even family members. At some point, you got to look at this person and be like, this is the unhinged person. And by default, anybody that is consumed with this person is going to end up being vomited on and picking up some of those fleas. So just, you know, be mindful whenever you're around somebody and like you start to feel like this unease. Just trust yourself. Any bit of unease, you don't even have to know what it is. Just give yourself a second to get away from the situation, process things, like look at the, you know, the interactions. Like, sometimes you just got to go in there and analyze things and really discern what's going on and learn how to trust your inner judgment, because that's God speaking to you a lot of times, because the devil would rather you stay in that situation and yield over your soul. It really is a fight for souls. Like, they're soul snatchers if they can. But, you know, if you are a believer and you are of God, all the way down to the core, you ain't got nothing to worry about. That's just a stepping stone to busting out and becoming stronger. Anyways, that's a shame.